Good morning, I'm Sharla McBride, and you're watching PA Harness Week. While Harris Philadelphia takes a brief break from racing over the next few weeks, I'll be here reporting from Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. And today, I chatted with Rod Allen. He's a trainer and driver who, if you don't know, you should. And you're going to get to know in this next half hour. That story and many more coming up. Pocono is back to racing after Oktoberfest as we get ready for the Breeders' Crown. We have the historic Jug coming up, and Kelly catches up with trainer Chris Oakes. We'll also travel to Hoosier Park to see Captain Treacherous in action. Plus, we have the Milton Final from Mohawk. Racing's fastest paced half hour starts right now on Comcast Sportsnet.
There they go. Explosive Matter wins the Colonial easily. Underway. Starting fast outside here is Brent Messenger into the early. 15-5 before the halftime. Just over 3 to go. At the top of the stretch.
Hi there, Kimasabi, and welcome to PA Harness Week, the racing show that has only one gear, pedal to the metal. I'm talking about we're always putting it to the floor and giving you a whirlwind tour of what happened in the harness racing business over a 30-minute span that will literally have your head spinning around like a top.
That seems accurate. Very accurate description.
You would agree with that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
She's Heather Vitale. I'm Steve Ross. You know who you are. And boy, do we have a great show today. But before we start, another Emmy Award show, Heather.
Yeah?
And nothing for us, not a Zippo Zilch. I mean, nobody got no time for that,
Well,
right?
I was totally on Friends.
You
yeah,
were?
Don't you remember that? That won an Emmy, right?
Oh, I don't know. For that episode you were in, I didn't know that. That's insane.
Yeah.
Pocono Racing Secretary Rick Kane, who is a busy dude, as you might expect, with the Breeders' Crown coming up, he was kind enough to drop me an email that essentially said, hey, Schmucko, you got the wrong information you gave out on the show. He said that Vernon Downs, I erroneously said it was a 3/4 mile track. He said it was converted to a 7/8 mile track. I didn't know. Why would he know?
I can't believe he called you Schmucko. That's wow. Rick.
And Rick is so busy. Let me tell you what's going on. The big event is coming up in only 3 weeks. The Elims happen on October 12th, a Saturday, and on the 19th, big doings, 12 Breeders' Crown races, all at one location. Where might that be?
Mohegan Sun and Pocono Downs, and you have to get your tickets. You go to Ticketmaster, get your tickets because they're almost sold out. Now, general admission is free, but you need to get tickets for like the tent and then the outdoor, like the pavilion, the sitting out there, and because it's going to be such a wild ride that night. Cannot wait.
It's going to be sports history, and you'll want to be there. So make plans, okay?
Yep.
And now let's get to the action. And Heather's got the first one for you. It is the meek-sounding Little Brown Jug, but it's a big harness race.
It is. This is the 68th edition of the Little Brown Jug. It's for 3-year-old colt pacers. I want to remind everybody, a horse must win twice in one day, okay, in order to be pronounced the Little Brown Jug champion. So there were 3 eliminations, okay, for the first heat. That first elim, Vegas Vacation with Brian Sears won in 150 flat. Now, this horse is trained by Casie Coleman. Now, in that second elimination, first heat, okay, Lucan Hanover driver David Miller won it a little bit faster in 149 and 4. Guess who trains that horse? Casie Coleman, okay? So she's won the first 2. Now we've got the third elimination, Resistance Futile. Driver Corey Callahan in the bike for this one, 149 and 3, and at odds of 24 to 1.
And trained by Casie Coleman?
No, Blair Burgess.
Sorry.
But anyway, okay, now so we just reviewed the winners, right? Now we've got the second heat. Now this is the final, okay? One of those winners I just told you about has to win this in order to be pronounced the champ. Number 2 is Vegas Vacation. He's the favorite. Number 1, Lucan Hanover, second choice. Vegas Vacation, trained by Casie Coleman, driven by Brian Sears. They win in 150 flat. Vegas Vacation battled first up, and when they got to 3/4 pole, he just never looked back. Urbanite Hanover was second. Lucan Hanover was third. Now, this is Casie Coleman's second jug win. She won last year with Michael's Power. This is Brian Sears' first jug win. I couldn't believe that. Yeah, his first one. Congratulations, guys. I thought this was really interesting. Casie Coleman made a shoeing change to Vegas Vacation between the first elimination that he won and the final that she thought would be really important to his success.
Move.
Yes, and she was right. That's why she hasn't. That's why she's been, you know, Canada's leading trainer. I think 5 times, something like that.
And now a little more local flavor to this particular race. The 10th and feature on Saturday at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. A $25,000 preferred pace. Number 1, Best Jet Yet with Georgie Knapp was the prohibitive 2-5 chalk. Number 4, Fleming M was 7-2 with Simon Allard. Number 6, Rockin' the House with Matt Kakaley was 9-1, and with a call, Jim Baviglia.
Fleming M clinging to that lead. Uncle Goodfellow continues to inch his way up. Inside, Rockin' the House. Further back now to Chicago Hanover. Top of the stretch. Fleming M looking to dig in here for Allard. Inside, Rockin' the House is making a move now. Rockin' the House coming up on Fleming M. Rockin' the House is even. Rockin' the House is ahead. Rockin' the House.
Best Jet Yet jumped at the start and buried all the chalk players. Fleming M, a mucus-covered candy horse, cut the mile with Rockin' the House taking a 2-hole trip, and there they stayed till the lane where Rockin' the House just got up to beat Fleming M by a hocker. In 1:50-2, Uncle Goodfellow off at 11-1 with Dan Rawlings got third. All right, harness
I'm
race.
so grossed out right now.
I thought he did nice. Fleming M to you. Okay, stick around when we come back. More action from Mohegan Sun and Pocono Downs, and our Kelly Connors catches up with trainer Chris Oakes, and you can too, but you got to come back. Don't go anywhere.
When it's your time to shine, what will you do? At Mohegan Sun, wherever tonight takes you, it's your time to shine.
Hi there, and welcome back. And this is PA Harness Week. She's Heather Vitale. I'm Steve Ross. And how about this? Kelly Connors, and you know she's a busy interviewer. She like flits here and there and finds all the top people in the game of harness racing, and this week is no exception. She caught up with trainer Chris Oakes, who had a big day out in Delaware, Ohio during the past week.
Thanks so much, guys. We are here with trainer Chris Oakes, coming off a very big week with Frau Blucher. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, you say it perfect.
All right, give us some background on the name of this girl.
Actually, we bought her in Harrisburg a couple years ago, and my owner, Tim Hauser, he's a big fan of the movie Young Frankenstein, and so that's how he come up with the name Frau Blucher.
So obviously she has been phenomenal this year for you, coming off a very big win, a world record perhaps, in Ohio. Talk to us about how this race played out for you.
Yeah, actually, she dead heated 5 days before that at the Meadows in the final of the PA Sire Stakes, and that made her a back-to-back champion. She won it as a 2-year-old, come back dead heated with her stablemate, which was a big deal. And then 5 days later, she shipped to Delaware, Ohio, and on a half-mile track went in 1:53-1, which was a world record there. So.
Did you do anything different with her? What is she like in the barn to have, and how do you train her up for a big race?
Not really. She's just a really good horse. Honestly, I'd like to sit here and take all the credit, but the truth is she's just a really good horse. I mean, she does her job, and she can be a little moody at times, but she gets to the racetrack, and she's there to race and win.
Congratulations. We wish you luck. We'll definitely be keeping track, and hopefully be back here with you in just a few weeks.
Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Chris. We'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you, Kelly, and thank you, Chris. Congratulations on winning the Buckette. Not the bucket, the Buckette. Not the Jugette, the Buckette.
Yes, I got it. Not the Buckette list.
Right.
No, wait. Okay, now I'm confused.
Now, are you confused too? Okay. Anyway, let's go to Mohegan Sun and Pocono Down. The first race, the opener, the curtain raiser on Saturday, was a conditioned pace, and the lovely Heather's got all that information for you.
Thank you. Okay, we've got non-winners of $23,500 last 5 starts. The first is $21,000. Number 4 is Meirs Hanover. The This horse has been first, second, or third his last 4 starts, and he is the favorite here at 4-5. And then number 3 is Meirs Hanover. Just came to Pocono a couple starts ago. He's 3-1.
Did your voice have a lilt to it?
Well,
when you
I
said
don't know.
Meirs Hanover?
Number 2 is Downslit Hanover. And this horse is 4-1. He's taking a step up in class on this sloppy track.
Meirs Hanover, meanwhile, wants to get to the front end here for Matt Kakaley. This one a very consistent performer in these higher conditions. The 4-5 favorite steps out in front now. Muscles from Brussels will work the pocket. It goes single file to Townslight Hanover, who's moving up after a nice win. Alsace Hanover, 2 for 2 since coming from Canada, is also moving up, and he's headed out first over for Pavia. The 3-year-old Shock It To Him fills in the gap. Also in the outer flow, Ardek Hanover and Light Up the Sky. The half is 56-4, 29-3 second panel. Yes, it's a sloppy track, but still, that is not taxing at all there for Meirs Hanover. Things should pick up on the back. First over now, that's Joe Pavia Jr. and Alsace Hanover speeding up alongside the leader. Muscles from Brussels is about a length and 3/4 back in third. Ardek Hanover following the cover fourth. And it's Townslight Hanover, Light Up the Sky, and Shock It To Him at the back. It's Meirs Hanover, a slight edge at 3/4, 1:23-4. Much faster on the back, 27 even. Meirs Hanover just a slight edge now over Alsace Hanover, was relentless inside. Still the trip there for Muscles from Brussels, and further back Ardek Hanover. Top of the stretch, Meirs Hanover digging in now. Muscles from Brussels on the inside trying to get up. Outside Alsace Hanover, but Meirs Hanover was well rated early on. Now here comes Townslight Hanover late. It's tight, but Meirs Hanover.
It was a trio of Hanovers. Right there, only a neck separating them at the wire, but it was Meirs Hanover doing the work on the front. He wins in 1:51-2. Remember, this was a sloppy track. Matt Kakaley is your winning driver for trainer Ron Burke. Townslight Hanover came home the fastest. He was right there for second, and then Alsace Hanover, I did that for you.
Thank you.
Was third.
And Ron Burke doesn't like when you mess up his name. Ron Burke. I said it right, babe. It was her that messed it up. And stay with us when we come back. We're going to have action here from this place where we do the show from, which is Harris, Philadelphia. And this is the last week before they go on break. Stay tuned.
It is Indian Giver time. Bettor's Edge right back up on the outside and take it away.
Feel the action. Get a taste of victory. Spice things up. And play to win.
Yeah!
Mohegan Sun, off-track wagering. Allentown, Carbondale, East Stroudsburg. Always leave happy.
Hi, and welcome back to PA Harness Week. She's Heather, I'm Steve, and let me tell you what's going on here. At Harris, Philadelphia, as you know, and as the folks out there probably know, they'll be dark until October the 9th. So take care of that bankroll a little bit, nurture it, add a few bucks to it, so when they come back on October 9th, you'll be in full vigor and be able to be betting your face off.
Yeah, or you can just come here and bet simulcasting.
That's right.
Bet your face off, like you used to say. All right.
All right. Sunday's feature race here at Harris, Philly was the 10th, and Heather's got that for you.
Yes, I do. Winners over Pacers. The purse is $30,000. Number 8 is Eric Cash Hanover. Bettor's Choice, 6-5 here, and new to the Ron Burke stable.
You could have said, you could have said his name like you said. You know.
Number 5, Bettor's Edge, 2-1 for 2012 Trainer of the Year, Lyndon Toscano, and then number 7 is Abelard Hanover. He's made over $150,000 more dollars than anyone else in the field. Okay. Also, it's the best mark in here for the season. He's 9-2. We're sending it to guest announcer Larry Letterman for the call.
Bettor's Edge holding to the lead, 2.5 lengths. Abelard Hanover is second. On the outside is Arakash Hanover. Going to have to be super good and is starting to strut his stuff. Long live Rock at the inside and covered up blatantly good at the half in a mild 55 seconds flat. So these heavy hitters are still doing good things as Bettor's Edge doing the best of them all. Arakash Hanover on the outside is chipping away at the lead and is almost down to a length. On the inside, Abelard Hanover is third, and they're now in sprint mode. Blatantly good on the inside. Long Live Rock through 3/4 in 1:22 1/5. Heading around the last turn. Now Miller's giving the word to Better's Edge. Give me the best of what you got. Arakash Hanover still fighting the good fight on the outside. And it's Abelard Hanover on the pegs. Take it for home. Better's Edge trying to finish it up. On the outside, Arakash Hanover is right there. And here comes Blatantly Good with long, powerful strides. It's going to be tight. It is Blatantly Good.
Better's Edge gets the front, then lets Abelard Hanover go, and then he ends up retaking again what Larry calls the switcherooski. I just love Larry Letterman. Isn't he great? So entertaining. Okay, Better's Edge. He looked really strong in the front, right? But then Arakash Hanover comes first up, but it's Blatantly Good. He gets that super second over journey. He ends up winning in 1:50 2. This pacer is 9 years old. He's almost double digits, still showing his younger rivals how to get the job done. Winning drivers George Napolitano Jr. and the winning trainer is PJ Fraley.
All right, Sunday's 12th at Harris Philly. A condition pace for non-winners is $17,500 in their last 5 starts. 20 dimes on the line. Number 4, Shark Ingested, which does sound a little painful, but he was the 7-5 chalk with Georgie Knapp. Number 3, Sir Carrie Z-Tam, 5-2 with Pat LaChance. Number 5, Twincreeks Jesse with Dave Miller was 7-2. And here's the call.
As they go to the back stretch with U.S. Air Flight 572 over us, heading to Albuquerque with 172 passengers and 3 pets. On the outside, looking for the lead now is Twincreeks Jesse. On the inside, Sir Carrie Z. Tam is in trouble, and in the horrible spot is Shark Ingested, who's totally getting backed up. As they hit 3/4, Twincreeks Jesse is looking for breathing room and trying to seal the deal. At 3/4, it is Twincreeks Jesse operating 2.5 to the good. Taking second is Perito Caliente. There's Sir Carrie Z. Tam screwing out for room and getting shuffled out of this race big time as Shark Ingested. As they take it into Decision Street, Twincreeks Jesse has spread the lead of 3.5 lengths.
In no particular rush, Twincreeks Jesse tries saying that bad boy 3 times fast. Got away 6 before Dave Miller pulled on the right line and set sail for the lead. Jesse cleared before the 3/4 and opened up a quick 2 before having to hold off the closers, most notably number 6, Perito Caliente, a.k.a. Hot Dog, a 7-1 shot with Eric Carlson, who was second. Here we go again, off at 9-1 with Matt Kakaley, closed well for third. And our Sharla McBride caught up with a legendary family in the harness racing business. His dad was Carl Allen. His name is Rod. They did wonderful things on Grand Circuit every single year. And here's her talking to Rod.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with trainer and driver Rod Allen. Rod, we want to get to know you today. So first off, how many years have you been doing this and involved in the sport of harness racing?
Pretty much my whole life. Actually, actively driving, training, 35 years, maybe a little longer.
And what or who got you started in this sport?
My father, yeah. It was a family business, and, we got started out with just a couple of horses, and then it blossomed, and we got a lot of horses, and now I'm kind of down to looking for a form of retirement and fun, I guess.
So you've been doing this for, you said, 35 years, maybe a little more. Do you have any favorite memories that you often think of or fond memories from the sport?
A lot of good horses. I mean, we've been really fortunate. We've had some good horses and some good times, good memories, and it still is fun. Just don't like doing the numbers that we used to do. We used to train 45, 50 head of horses. Now I've got 2 left back at the barn, and I've got 1 in Lexington. I still have a farm in Ocala, Florida, and we still raise some babies, but not the numbers that we used to. So just looking like more of a hobby now than a business. So now it's time to back off a little bit, and I still have some favorites and I still have some pets, and it's hard to give it up altogether, but it is time to slow down a little bit.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you, Sharla, and thank you, Hot Rod. And when we come back, we're going to go out to the nation's heartland, where HoosierDaddy.com. I love the name. Why doesn't Hoosier add your daddy?
That's a great idea.
I mean, every time I see Hoosier Downs, I think of Hoosier Daddy.
What about Hoosier Mama?
Because Hoosier Daddy works better. Could be. Stay with us when we come back. All kinds of good stuff. Don't go away.
Approaching 3/4, Wishing the Stone and Market Shares squaring off at that spot.
Tonight, it's ladies' night. The lights are low. and the stakes are high. Sometimes ladies' night is just a date night in disguise. At Mohegan Sun, wherever tonight takes you, it's your time to shine.
Hi there, and welcome back to PA Harness Week. As promised, we are going out to the nation's heartland, to Anderson, Indiana. It's about 54 miles away from Indianapolis. I don't know why I knew that. I don't know why I said about 54 miles, but anyway, it's there. And they had a couple of really good races too, okay? Ready for this? Saturday's 11th was the Jenna's Beach Boy, okay? And there was a horse in there that could be considered a big horse.
Yeah.
The champ.
Yeah.
His name, Captain Treacherous, and Heather's got that race for you?
Yes, I do. So this is an invitational for 3-year-old pacers. The purse is $50,000. Number 6 is Captain Treacherous, and this is his Hoosier Park debut. 2012 Pacer of the Year, and he's the favorite 1-9. The next closest on the odds board is 18-1.
Pace to the quarter, 26-3. They move off the turn, stepping to the backstretch then, and the 2012 Pacer of the Year leads the way. It's Captain Treacherous, a length and a half. Duel of the Sun sits right there in its back in second. Then it's the Michigan champion. That'll be the Ray. 2 lengths off in third. Inside to fourth, the Indiana sired Nitro. To the outside, LB's All-American Joy, but he's had a rough go thus far. He's been parked every step. He's now fifth and beginning to inch forward. Lex Vegas then shuffled back a bit there and underway from last, blatantly best. The half was 55-4. And it's the captain up front here. Captain Treacherous, still a length and a half, yet to be challenged. Duel of the Sun and Gingras waiting patiently there behind the champion. And then to the outside, racing in third, it's LB's American Joy. As they reach the 3/4 mile marker, Captain Treacherous has led every step of the way, past 3/4, 1:23-3. And Captain Treacherous leading for home, still with that length and a half advantage. Duel of the Sun to the inside, races in second. That'll be the Ray to the outside is third. As they pass the 8th pole, Captain Treacherous just cruising along here.
Possibly the easiest race I'll ever have to analyze. Captain Treacherous and driver Tim Tetrick for trainer Tony Alagna go wire to wire in 149-4. There you have it. Okay.
Who's your daddy?
Duel in the Sun. I got a good trip. Pocket Trip was second. That'll be the Ray was third. I do want to mention that not only is Captain Treacherous a great racehorse, he's also a philanthropist.
He's a philanderer?
The Connections took 20% of what he won on this evening, and they gave it to the Animal Protection League, and it's a nonprofit organization that helps find homes for unwanted animals. So that was really nice. By the way, his next appearance will be at the Red Mile in Lexington.
All right, good stuff. Okay, that wasn't it for Hoosier, because the 10th race was the $230,000 Centaur Trotting Classic. Number 3, last year's Hamiltonian winner Market Share with Timmy Tetrick was even money. Number 2, Wishing Stone was 3-1 with Yannick Gingras. Number 4, My MVP with Ron Pierce was 4-1, and with the call, the voice of Hoosier Park, Steve Cross. If you take away the C off his name, he morphs into Steve Ross. Let's watch.
Wishing Stone by a length and a half. Arch Madness to the inside. Continues to follow, is now blocked in second as Market Share, the Hambo winner, is underway to the outside for Tetrick. Right there in his back, Guccio follows closely in fourth. Locked and shuffled fifth, it's Uncle Peter. Approaching 3/4, Wishing Stone and Market Share squaring off at that spot. 1:25-2 as they race for home. And Market Share powers up for short lead. Wishing Stone won't give it up without a fight to the inside. To the outside and beginning to close now comes My MVP. Back of the inside is Arch Madness and late trot from Uncle Peter. They've less than a 16th to go. And Market Share clear by a length and a half too. But here comes a hard-charging Uncle Peter with a rush. Uncle Peter on the outside. Uncle Peter and
Wishing Stone set some fancy fractions before Market Share went by at the 3/4. From there was an all-out sprint to the wire with number 8, Uncle Peter. We haven't said his name in a while. Off at 6-1 with Dave Miller, beating Market Share ahead. My MVP was 2 back in third. We'd also like to say hi to Emily Gaskin, racing publicist, big fan of PA Harness Week, and she always takes care of us. Thank you, Emily. Mwah. All right, let's go now north of the border, and big doings, the Milton Final up at Mohawk, and the lovely Heather's got that for you.
That's right. The purse is $275,000. Now, these are for older pacing mares. Big 10-horse field, by the way. Number 1 is Drop the Ball, the favorite here. And recently, she won in Pocono in 150 flat. She's hot right now. Number 5 is Androvette. She's 5-2. She's a divisional champ in the United States. And number 4 is Monkey on My Wheel. I love that horse's name. 5-1. And she won her Milton Elim last time out.
It is Androvette on the inside who says, no way, take a seat, son. Meirs Hanover on the outside from in second, drops back now. The inside third belongs to Crispy Apple. Monkey on My Wheel is fourth, in at the rail, but tipped to the outside now. And also on the move from the backfield comes Shell Escape. She'll pick up some cover. Pocket pulling to the outside again comes Meirs Hanover. Also tipped to the outside, Crispy Apple, 3/4 of a mile. And they're by that marker, 1:20.4. And it's Androvette still there. Meirs Hanover's on the outside. Clear sailing on the far outside now for Crispy Apple. Monkey on My Wheel is brushing up from the backfield. Swinging Beauty starts an impressive looking rally. Swinging Beauty on the far outside. She's closing a ton. Androvette on the inside. She'll have to stay tough for the final 16th. Way out wide is Swinging Beauty, and even wider on the far outside. Guess who? The defending champ. She's back, and it's Rocklamation.
OMG, I want to say so much about this race, okay? But I won't go overboard because Bruce Casella is behind the camera doing one of these things, all right?
Go overboard, go ahead.
First of all, I was totally bummed. Drop the ball, goes off stride, you know, behind the gate, and I absolutely adore her. But I stayed totally into the race because, like, Randy Waples, like, his driving decision, he's, like, behind Androvette, pulls out of the 2-hole, gets up to Androvette's head, and I just am thinking, like, is Scott Zeron sitting there going, dude, do you know who you're pulling against? I'm driving Androvette, right? Randy Waples gets back in the hole. Anyway, long story short, that was just very entertaining.
Thank God it's a long story short.
Anyway, I'm just playing Monday morning quarterback. They get to the 3/4 pole in 1:20.2. So then in the stretch, I'm thinking Swinging Beauty's the winner because you can see her. You can't see Rocklamation. She doesn't even get on the screen until like the last steps. Anyway, comes home in like 225 miles per hour. She ends up winning in 1:49.4. Now that's a stake record that she equals. Guess whose she equaled?
Androvette.
No, her own. Rocklamation won the Milton last year in the exact same time for the exact same driver, Brett Miller, the exact same trainer, Ron Burke. So, woo!
You did that in such a succinct manner. I'm stunned.
One other thing. She won 12-1 odds this year. Last year, she won at 23-1 odds.
Wow, you think that's something? How about this? This odd thing happened at the Meadows. Chantel Sutherland, you may know the name, a big-time jockey from the West Coast in Canada, shows up at the Meadows after the races were raced, and there was a race going on with a horse, a trotter, under saddle. I don't quite get that whole thing. What was the deal with it?
Well, she wanted to set a world record for trotting under saddle on a 5/8 mile track, and the horse is trained by Ron Burke. We've only said his name 8 million times on today's show. So it took a few tries. I thought he was a little bit hot-headed, but she was able to get the job done. But the interesting thing about doing the trotting under saddle, I think, from my point of view, it shows how versatile standardbreds are. A lot of people don't understand that you can ride a standardbred, and they're just, you know, such incredible animals.
So that comes good, you know, but we hear a lot of horror stories about horses being slaughtered and everything. This is to show they have a lot of value other than their racing, right?
Yeah, it's great publicity.
Terrific. Great stuff. That's going to do it for us here at PA Harness Week, and for all of us, including Bruce Casella, Kelly Connors, Sharla McBride, and my lovely partner, Heather Vitale. I'm Steve Ross, reminding you to pick up the pace, just a taste, and get high on harness.
It's only natural.
There they go. Explosive matter wins the Colonial easily. Underway.
Starting fast outside there, Brett Messenger to the